So we're here at Parc Omega. We're going to spend 48 hours. So come along with us. We are headed to Omega Park, a unique wildlife experience in the beautiful region of Quebec, Canada. This park is home to a variety of Canadian wildlife, and it's a great winter trip, one that you have to add to your winter bucket list. We'll take you along our experience and we'll show you the stay with the wolves, the food that we got, accommodations, and the drive through the park. Also, you can visit the park without staying there. We came in February when it was snowing and it was quite cold. We live over near Portland, Maine, so from there it's about a 6.5 hour drive, but with the snow you definitely have to add a few hours if you're driving. As you can see here, the park is sandwiched between Montreal and Ottawa, so we came up through Montreal. This is actually very convenient if you have a long drive because there's plenty of amenities and stores where you can stop on the way to the park. So when you drive in, you'll see the sign for Parc Omega right away, but you actually want to make a left and go up towards the accommodations where they'll check you in. So you drive up, there's a small gate that they let you into to get into the check-in area. You can get into your accommodations anytime after 4 p.m. There's plenty of parking all along this area. That's where you check in, right in this area. There's the lobby and the lodging, and they'll tell you how to get around Omega Park. Where the restaurant is and where your lodging is. Even just in this area, they did such a good job with the atmosphere and the decorations. As you can see here, there's a fire pit, there's a place to sit. You can also buy some s'mores right inside the check-in area. After you check in, you're going to get more information on how to get to your Wolf Chalet. So this is the map of the whole park, and so when you start, you actually start here. That's where you're going to check in and get the information about your lodging. And then if you go up here and then make a left, that's where the restaurant is. And then from the lodging where you park and start, if you go up, this is where you're going to find the chalets for the wolves. So they're up here and you have a parking spot kind of next to your chalet, and there's the wolf area is all right in here. And then for the morning, we're going to go down at 9 a.m. and they do some wolf feeding over in this area, and there's parking in this area. And then if you're staying in other locations, this is all other kind of like housing. This is all housing too. Or lodging. This is all like the tents and the lodges. They have the wolf lodges here too, kind of near at the bottom, and then some other lodging down here. And then just kind of going back. So this is where we were starting, where you kind of check in. This is the entrance. So you'll see the sign for Parc Omega, and then you go through, and that's how you enter the park too. So we'll show you that later. So you put in a little code to get into your lodging and drive straight up. If it is snowing, it's really beneficial to have four-wheel drive in this location. So this is the outside of the Wolf Chalet. You share one side, and then there's another side for another family. You get one parking spot. We're going to take you on a tour of the inside of the Wolf Chalet.
Welcome to Parc Omega.
Okay, so we're going to do a quick walkthrough of the place. When you first walk in, you can see the kitchen, and this is the living room area where you get to view the wolves and hang out for the night. 2 bathrooms, one downstairs and one upstairs. The one upstairs has a shower. And And you get these beautiful panoramic windows of the wolf sanctuary. As you can see, there's no TV because the wolves are your entertainment. Kitchen here is really nice. They have plates, they have pots and pans if you want to cook. There are 2 floors to the chalets, and the upstairs area is where you'll be sleeping. We came here as 4 people and the space was just perfect. So the 2 bedrooms are right next to each other, and as you can see, they also have very large windows so you can look out and see the wolves from your bedrooms as well. Staying at the park is a bit pricey during the winter, mainly because it's the wolves' breeding season and they're more active. Also, the sight of the wolves in their full winter coats against the snowy backdrop is simply stunning. We did book on Black Friday and we got a discount. Also, if you're looking to stay here, you have to look months ahead of time because it does book out. The winter does seem like the best time to come visit for the wolves, and then during the spring is when the bears have their babies, and you can actually stay in some of the bear chalets, so it might be an option as well. From upstairs, you do get some better views of the wolves during a lot of the day. So this is day 1 of our Canada trip. We drove all the way up from Maine and then into the Quebec area to get to Omega Park, and our next step will be Quebec City, and this is just the first of our stops, and we wanted to stop here because of this beautiful place you can stay. This is actually like a whole sanctuary. They have a whole park with animals, so we're going to walk through and be able to take our time tomorrow here, and we'll show you the wolves later on. There's a little fire pit out there that you could use. It's just too cold right now. And this is where we'll be hanging out and watching the wolves. And you can start a fire here. We'll use that later today. If you do come here in the summer, it looks like they have a nice AC, which doubles as heat. The kitchen area here is great. They have a stovetop, they have pots, they have pans, they have a toaster, a microwave, a coffee maker. So anything you might need, they definitely had in this kitchen. As I mentioned before too, when you're driving in, you do pass through some pretty big towns and cities, so there's no issues finding a grocery store on your way here. So this is the info sheet just telling us, can't really read it, but we'd like to inform you, due to the wolves breeding season, access to the balconies of your immersion accommodations with the animals is currently suspended. This decision has been made with the aim of preserving the animals' well-being during a sensitive phase of their life cycle. By taking this action, we allow the wolves to express their natural behaviors and provide them with exceptional quality of life, while also offering our visitors a more respectful immersion experience of their habitat. I think that's great. So they're trying to make the wolves comfortable. They're obviously treating the wolves really good here. So this is our balcony. There's definitely a sign, so don't feed the wolves, don't give them any food. And that's really important and very strict because they're probably on a very strict diet. It does not include human food. Also got some heated floors, so your toes will not be cold. The wolves were most active early morning and later at night. We did see them at other times, but not as often. Also, they have a restaurant on site here, so we're going to show you that later. So you do have to drive back down to get to the restaurant. It's near where the check-in area is and then past that. But as you can see, the outside area for the restaurant is, again, beautiful with the lights. So this is where we're gonna grab some food before we get back to the Wolf Chalet and settle in for the night to watch the wolves. The inside area does have souvenirs and things that you can buy. The prices range here probably about $20 US dollars for an entree and about 10 to 15 for a drink. This is one of the main reasons we wanted to check out the restaurant, is that you do get to see the Arctic wolves right from where you eat.
Here's Natty having some oysters. You gotta let us know what it tastes like once you
Gotta
eat
taste
it.
a little bit of this. Well, Natty ordered the poutine, and the poutine is like a national dish of Canada, so. The food overall was really good. We got a few appetizers, including some truffle fries, some oysters, a nice salad. And then we moved on to the main course. I got a beautiful soup that was really good. We also got, it was like a stuffed breaded trout, which was really good. And then they all came with sides. So we did get a lot of sides with our main meal. I'd say overall the restaurant is a must. Just to watch the wolves, have a nice dinner with your family or friends is great. So we're headed back to watch the wolves at night. We're setting the fire. So this was our setup for the night. We had this beautiful burning fire that was great to watch, and then we all kind of hung out by the windows and waited for the wolves to come by.
Yeah, we bought some.
Everything you need to start and maintain the fire is already there. This is a great time to just hang out, maybe tell stories, and just have a good time. They do have games if you want to play games while you're kind of hanging out in the living room area. It is very quiet and peaceful. You can't really hear anything, and we didn't even hear our neighbors. So I will give you a heads up, don't expect the wolves to just be hanging out by your window the whole time. They do have room to roam around, so when they do come by, it really is special. So we were waiting for the wolves, and we waited until about 10:30 p.m. because we did not see a lot until now, and then the whole kind of pack came through all at once, and we saw just some giant wolves, and probably the alpha all come down, and there were a few ahead of him, and then just a few wolves. So don't call it an early night if you get here and you don't see any wolves. They did come out close to almost 11 o'clock, probably between 10:30 and 11 o'clock. We came here on a very snowy day, so we don't know if it's because of all the snow, but very exciting. They finally came out as like a pack. So we stayed with this setup probably until around 11:30 p.m. and then we headed up to bed, but throughout the night up until 11:30 p.m. the wolves kept coming, just kind of circling around, going in front of the window, so you did get to watch them. So we'll call it a night with the wolves, but this is not the last that you'll see of them. Good morning. Woke up kind of early just to hang out, get the most of this experience. The beds here are very comfortable. The couches are really comfortable and the floors are heated. So it's definitely a very comfortable experience when you're here. And very quiet, very like serene. So another cool thing about this park is that the wolves kind of just howl throughout the night. So when you're sleeping, if you're a light sleeper, they might wake you up, but it's just a really cool experience and it sounds awesome throughout the night to have the howling. So for the howling too, you can't really hear it on the base floor, but if from upstairs, you can hear it really well when you're in the bedrooms. So we woke up for sunrise and the wolves really started becoming active again around 7 a.m. and they were actually more active in the morning than they were at night. This one came right up to the window and was very curious. You could see the fur, you could see the eyes. It was just a great experience. So for Parc Omega, the check-in is around 4 p.m. and then you have to check out at 11 a.m. So it does give you plenty of time to go watch the wolf feeding. So that happens at 9 a.m. in a separate location from where you're staying, but not a far drive away. And you go watch that. It's about 15 minutes to learn more about the gray wolves and the packs. And you have one of the park guides there that you can ask questions to, and then obviously come back, pack up, and spend the rest of your morning with the wolves in your location. So some facts that we did learn is that for the gray wolves, it's not that there's like an alpha and an omega and that the largest one is the one in charge. It's more the reproductive couple, so like kind of like the mom and the dad, and then the rest are the pups. So they're just younger individuals, so that's why they're smaller, but they're more of a unit, more of a family. So it's not really that there's like one dominant one. That's not how the packs work. That's what the park guide was really saying. Okay, now we're gonna bring you along on the safari drive. So it's about 12 kilometers through the park, so come see it. If you do stay in their lodging, your tickets to the park are included for every person that's staying there. They do have a radio station, so you can tune in to hear more about the animals in the park. When you first drive up, you'll see there are so many elk waiting for carrots. Driving through the park is pretty slow going because of the amount of animals and just stopping to feed them. There are more than 20 species of North American wildlife that you'll see throughout the park. Make sure you drive very careful and very slow and watch out for any wildlife. Coming over to us.
Now open your pen and take a good picture. That's what you do.
Oh my god.
Hi! Such a beautiful
benefits from the park is bring at least like 4 bags of carrots. They do sell the carrots in the park. And it's quite long. It took us over 2 hours to complete the full park. There's over 20 sections to drive through. Definitely drive slow. You get to see a lot of animals.
Should we keep driving?
Oh, you might have
Probably broke his
hit or
nose
something.
or something.
Could have just been born that way.
We're born that way.
You're blocking my view. No, I don't want you. I want the bison. So about midway through the drive through the park, there is a rest stop which has a gift shop, it has amenities, it has bathroom. So they have a food place here, and then a little cafe, and restrooms. We stopped here at the gift shop to refuel our carrots as we still had a few more sections in the park. We got some carrots. Little alpacas. So you can also get out and walk around in this section. They have a path that leads to the Wolverines. They also have some snowshoeing trails, and there were people snow tubing. It's about 4.5-minute walk, and then you can get to the Wolverines as well. And you get to kind of walk through the beautiful snow trails. Most of the park you're driving through, there are 2 sections that you can get out. One section is the one with the gift shop, and the other one you can get out and feed the deer.
Oh, he made it. I'm gonna go.
I wish I could pet it.
We made our way through the park, and we got to interact and see so many different animals. Adding Parc Omega to your winter bucket list is a must-do. Join us on our next adventure in Quebec City to see Winter Carnival.